Hi everybody, this is Diane. I'm going to try to do a little something with you here today in my strawberry journals. I have done some work. I did the stenciling and stamping on the white pages, and I added ruffle trim on the front of each signature, and there will be another piece here. I'm going to put a piece of this that you have to thread the ribbon through, and I don't have patience to sit here in my craft room doing this while I have other things to do. So I'm going to do this while I watch TV this evening, and then I can glue it on tomorrow. But they have a fabric pocket on the front and some ruffles and stamping and stenciling, and that's where I am with these. I haven't done all of that. I did all the stamping and stenciling in all three journals, but I haven't done all of the fabric stuff. I've done some of it, but not all of it. So what I'm going to do right now is kind of arrange my pieces so I know what I have as I go through pages, and try to add pockets and embellish. So I'm going to take the digital kit that I have and separate it into little piles of, get that out of the way, separate piles. Like these are all the layered pieces. I'll put them there. And the ephemera that you could purchase from whatever the company is that goes with this kit. It's by the way, it's Polka Dot Pixels Berry Gardens. And my stamped pieces, I think I'll just leave my stamped and die cut pieces in this little tray. And I have some extra pieces from a different kit left over from a previous year. So we have the ephemera. This is also a leftover piece. I have my circles. That's just a play. It was part of a kid's game or something. So I'll put vintage things in one pile. These are all vintage items. And my extract labels, ephemera. I think those are ephemera. The purchase stuff. I'll try to do this quickly, but these are the little pieces that are a little more fiddly. All these ephemera pieces are in here. There's a lot in that little packet. And there's even some tiny little berries. I like that. Okay, I have them all right facing up, so I know what's there. I'll put all my die cuts and stamped pieces back. All right, then I have journaling cards that came with the kit. I'll just put them with these. Another layered. Some of these I printed on paper and some on cardstock. And then these are separate pieces. They're not layered, but they can be used for layering. More circles. I hope this isn't boring while I sort this, but I can chat while I sort, okay? So my life has been crazy, it seems. I just have very little time. I don't have very many days lately where I can just be in here. I usually have a couple days each week. And I guess that goes there. It's just been one thing after another of just things going on, not necessarily bad stuff, but busy stuff, and I'm trying to pack when I can. I don't even know how to get boxes for packing. My son brings me some. He's a butcher at a grocery store, and so he brings me boxes that some of their meat came in, and it's packaged. You know, the meat is all sealed and packaged. There's no contamination in the boxes. But, you know, he can only get so many, and I don't know. I'm getting a little stressed about this moving thing. But, so I am packing when I can, when I even have time. I do still have some boxes to fill, and then I'll have to see if he's been able to bring home any more. But, like this morning, I did have yesterday to work, and I got quite a bit done yesterday in here. And my friend wanted to know, before that, she wanted to know if I could meet her for breakfast this morning. And I said, possibly. I just really wanted to see how much work I could get done yesterday before I committed. And I got quite a bit done, so I told her I'd meet her for breakfast. So we had a nice breakfast today. But that was an hour and a half out of the day. And I invited my daughter and my son-in-law and grandson for lunch the other day. They had the day off, and Teddy's on spring break. So I invited them here for lunch, and they wanted, I'm using up stuff from my freezer, the bigger stuff. So they wanted turkey breast. So I made a turkey breast. But I was having a plumbing issue because of work they did next door. Some people did next door, contractors, and it messed up my plumbing lines. And so I could tell there was an issue, like at the end of the week, last week, and I didn't want to do laundry or run the shower or the dishwasher and stuff like that. I called Monday morning, the guy that takes care of things here, and so he came when he could, brought somebody with him, and they determined that whoever was doing the plumbing for next door, they got knocked dirt into the line, and so it was clogging things up. So I wasn't allowed to run water. I had this big meal that I had just made to clean up from. I couldn't even rinse the dishes. But, you know, I just was patient about it because there's nothing I could do. So the dishes just sat. That was driving me nuts. Dishes just sitting there. Okay, that's all I think. No, I've got some bigger things that came with the kit too. But I might need some of these, so I'm going to get them out. Cards and some larger pieces. Tags. Right now, I'm not going to try to fill the tags or fill the pockets. Oh, I've got that ribbon too. I just want to have pockets available, so I need to get those out. All of my pockets that I made. So, finally, and then he called, I figured they'd have it fixed by the end of the day, but he came, after my family went home, he came and knocked on my door and said, bad news, now there's a broken line, broken pipes, and they had to get a contractor, and it wouldn't be till the next day. So he said use as little water as possible. So they came yesterday, and it took them most of the day to take care of it. But I have water now. As soon as he gave me the okay, I washed those dishes. And I did a load of laundry, and I took a shower, and then ran the dishwasher. I don't put all of my dishes in the dishwasher. Okay, so I think I have enough spread out here. I have to have some room to work. And I'm trying to get these done rather quickly because I want to get them done before I move. So I used a kit from polka dot pixels a short while ago called, I think this was called Spring Garden. And so I'm kind of using this as a guide for what I might want to do with this, but I probably have different pockets and elements and things, so it's just a loose reference. So I started right out with a pocket on the front, and I'll put a tag inside eventually, but I'm not going to do that right now. So then I'll take this. So I used Tailor-Made Journals avocado dyed papers. I've had this kit for a long time, so I don't exactly remember the name. It might have had doily in it, but it's avocado dyed papers. And so I put that on the back of these pages. So here I'm going to just I'm going to add a little pocket with one of these ephemera pieces. I want it to stand off the page a little more than that, so I'm going to back it on green or red. I like the red. And tomorrow, I would normally have Teddy here today, but Layla's on spring break too, and she wanted to come and help me pack, and we want to watch Moana, Moana 2. So I haven't seen it, but she has, but she'll watch it again with me. So Teddy said he would rather come tomorrow so he can hang out with Layla too, which I thought was really nice. They're cousins, you know, and they used to be like best buddies that fought all the time when they were little, because they're like 5 weeks apart. And they used to fight constantly, but they would play together, and then they would get into it. And then they grew, you know, matured and got so they'd play together really good. And then for a while, Teddy just wasn't that interested in playing with her, but now they're friends again. It wasn't that they weren't friends, but, you know, he just wanted to play his video games. That looks nice like that. I like that. So I was very pleased that he wanted to come here on the day that she would be here. So we will have lunch. They want to help me pack, and then we'll watch Moana. So my day tomorrow is full. Friday I need to do some Easter dinner prep, because Saturday my sisters and I are going to be celebrating one of the sisters' birthdays, which is the following weekend, but she'll spend that time with her husband and kids. So it's just like everything's being packed into as few days as possible, you know what I mean? I'm sure you have times like that too. So I'm trying not to stress about it too much and just do what I can. Here I can add some of the ephemera from the kit. Now I'm having to spread this ephemera out over 3 journals. So I'm trying not to have to print more, but if I have to print more, it's fine. I will print more. I don't want to I don't want to skimp on any of the journals. Now this came from a Sears catalog where these blouses were. So I might just make a little journaling card out of that. I don't know if I want it on that bright green though. I'll put this one on a pink card. I'll even make it a little bit bigger and punch the corners. Maybe I'll use a piece of this digital washi tape. Yeah, that's cuter. Last week I took my dad to a doctor appointment that he had, and I kind of put my foot down about stuff. It was just his primary doctor, and she wasn't in the office. They were just doing blood work. They were just drawing blood. And I said I was really hoping to talk to his doctor. I want to be put down as someone who can call the doctor's office and ask questions and get answers. So they put my name down as a emergency contact, and I can talk to them. They can talk to me about stuff. And his doctor wasn't in the office that day, but they let her know, and she called me back that very day, which I was shocked over, because my dad has been waiting for answers for a long time. He gets sent here, and then he gets sent there, and he never hears anything about results of any tests. And well, she told me that they sent the results to his eGuthrie account. They don't do that. They don't get online and look at a medical account. They don't know how to do that, and they know that. They've told him that more than once. But I had questions, so she called me and said this and that. And anyway, the upshot is I got a call after that from one of the departments in the hospital and wanted to see him that day to get, and to ask him questions and stuff and get some appointments scheduled for the testing that he should have had done a long time ago. Pulmonary testing. That's a pretty little tag. So I took him to 2 appointments that day, which I was happy to do because he really needs them. And then ran errands for them in between the appointments, which I don't mind doing, but it pretty much took up my day. So it's just been things like that where I'm not getting much done, and I feel like I shouldn't have started these journals before I move. I'm just venting here. I hope you don't mind. Just a little bit of venting. So he does have appointments scheduled, and my brother, one of my brothers and one of my sisters has volunteered to take care of some of those appointments. I do most of them because I live right here. But he has appointments 2 days in a row in April and 2 days in a row in May. And I'm trying to get ready to move, so one of them is doing an appointment in May and the other one's doing an appointment in April for me. And they're always willing to when I say, hey, I need a little help here. Because sometimes it gets to be a lot. There's that. And here I'll just add some of these embellishments. Love you, a bushel and a peck. That's cute. I think they all need to go on a page together, or maybe 2 pages. And maybe somebody could put a picture here. wallpaper was all folded up, and so it's creased. So maybe this would be a good place to put, that goes in the other one, put something like this to help hold it. I'm just gonna round this a little bit because it was chopped off in the picture, but I don't like that really square edge. So I'll just glue that down as a pocket, little tuck spot. So I have to make sure I have a space for this in one of the 3 signatures. So I think these 3 types of pockets will be in, say if I put one here, then this would go on this same page in the next signature, and same with that in the 3rd signature. So these would be just 1 pocket per signature, and then I have these that can go in another page. I'm going to put 2 on 1 page. And then I have these. So they have to be distributed over 3 signatures. But I have this pocket on the front, and then I did little pockets. Like that's a little pocket, and then I did this big pocket. So I'll put this one here. So I'll probably edit out the gluing of this because that'll take a little while to get all the glue on this. I have that glued down. I'm just going to add this on here and a button. And a B. Maybe not a B. And I could put something like a recipe card in here. I'll just go ahead and leave that there. So now I want to make sure I put the other pockets where I want them. So I'm going to get the 2nd signature. And it will go, the next pocket will go on this page. Oh, and they're all red. I shouldn't have put, well here, I've got this one. This one isn't red. I was thinking about that when I put the green on the green. So I'm going to make this is a pocket, but I'm going to make it a tuck behind it. And I can maybe put one of the digital tags or the jar back here. It's a very nice size for that. Or, oh, there's a nice card too. You know, like that. So I guess I'll just go ahead and leave that there. No, that was in this one. Don't remember where it goes. And there's the page for the third signature. And oh yeah, I even put it on the back. I did it right. So this goes here, I guess. And I can use one of these here. And I think one of these pages will fit in there. I had just gotten a bundle of these notepads at a estate sale, I think it was. Or flea market. And I think I put one of these in, yeah, in the glassine bag, so I can put that one in there. I know I said I wasn't going to fill the pockets, but look at me. I'm filling the pockets. I can't help it. It's fun. So there's that one. Oh, I keep wanting to put them in the wrong ones. Okay, let's go back to this one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So because I have that one here, I can add the glassine bag to a different signature. I don't have wallpaper in any of the other signatures. I'll just put a glassine bag here. I'm not going to make it a tuck behind. And I have a small glassine bag. And I will make this one a tuck behind because it's smaller. Make sure this doily is glued down good. Because if you tuck something in there, it might catch on it. Maybe here I'll put the two pockets. How do I want to divide them up? These have images, jars, berries, chicken, and these are patterns. So I'll put one of each in different, in each journal. Now, I have some shipping tags that might fit in here. Let's put a yellow one in there. Yep, just a little bit too tall. Maybe on the other ones I'll move that pocket down a little bit. Perfect. Okay, and I can add decorations to those. Where are we time-wise? Oh, we're good. And I have some editing to do too. So I'm going to decorate these tags. I have no idea what my filming setup will be when I move because I don't know if I'll have these shelves over my head. Hopefully I will. I'm not sure where my crafting table will be, where I'm going to put the main crafting table, and the sewing table and stuff like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. And I'm sure it's going to take me some time to get things set up the way I want them. Because I'll find things that aren't working and I'll want to move things. And I'll add some fibers to them. Oh, I didn't decorate them. Silly. Okay. This label came with a different set. But it got mixed in with this stuff, so I'm using it. maybe I don't need to embellish this one at all. This is part of the ephemera kit that is not a digital. You can write on this. It's got a pretty pattern, but it is light, so you can write on it. Whoever makes simple stories, I think that's where these came from. But they're done with her collaboration. They have a berry, what was the name of this kit? Berry something. They have a line of her stuff. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, I can't help it. So I think, let's see, I was going to say I'm going to come back to it later after I have decorated the other journals to make sure I still have enough stuff to go around. But I need to use one of these extract labels. It doesn't have to be in this signature. And oh, I can use my stamped stuff too. Put that here. Okay. And I don't have any other pockets planned at this time. I might have to do something so I can have pockets on the backs. That could be a pocket. Oh, these strawberry napkin ephemera pieces. The ones I put on cardstock, they could be pockets. There's one. I think this would be a good one for the strawberry shortcake. Maybe not. Oh, I don't need one there. Where's my other wrapping paper? I've got a ton of this. Strawberry wrapping paper. I don't know if that would be the right one for that either. I think this blue gingham is what I need. I'll glue this to cardstock. Okay, I'm gonna collage these on here. I'm not gonna stitch around the pocket. I don't think. I was thinking I'd like to stitch around this. So I'm gonna glue some things down. There, blue gingham gift wrap saved the day. And I stitched around it on the 3 non-cut sides, the 3 straight sides. I didn't want to do that curve, and then I stitched around that. So now we have another pocket. So I'm going to put this aside and move on to another journal, the second journal, and add pockets and some embellishments. I'll catch the other 2 up to this one, and then I'll know what I have left to play with on the other pages. So this needs to get glued down better. So let's take a quick flip through and see what we accomplished today. Here's one pocket, and I'm going to go ahead and I have one of these tags and one of these tags for this journal. So I'm going to put that one in there. And we did this pocket. And that. Let's put a guest check in there for now. Something else will probably go in there too. I've got this to play with. Get that pocket and little collaging there. And we have this pocket. So this one will have this. Let's see what I like better. I think I like that one better in there. This red needs to stand out against something. And we didn't do as much in here. I didn't do the little pockets. We added that one. We added that. And I don't know what I'll put in there. I only have one of these flashcards to go in one of the pockets, in one of the journals. So I guess I don't have anything for this pocket yet. Yes, I need to put something behind that. So there'll be lots of stuff tucked in here. So that's a good start on these journals. Hopefully I'll have some time in the next couple of days amidst all the other things going on. But I will be back, and I hope that you are having a creative day. Bye.